Candidates, please be seated. It's almost like we practiced that today. Nice job, you guys. Good evening. I'm Vicki Story, the principal of Stayton High School, and I welcome you to tonight's commencement ceremony. It is with great pride that I present the 151 graduating members of the senior class of 2021. It's an exciting day, and I know that this class is glad to finally be here. I'd like to begin by thanking some key people who have made tonight possible. First, I'd like to thank Andy Gardner, North Santiam School District Superintendent, for his ongoing belief in our students and staff, for his tireless efforts to have our students return to school safely this year, and for the support and encouragement he has provided for me this spring. I would like to thank the North Santiam School District Board of Directors, many of whom are with us this evening, for their support of the Stayton High School programs and their many hours of volunteer service to the district. Many businesses and community organizations are supporting our graduates tonight with their services, and I would like to recognize and thank the Sublimity Harvest Festival Board for the use of the grounds tonight and all week so that we could set up, Young Entertainment for meeting our sound needs, Russ Strohmeyer for the FM radio transmission so you can hear us clearly in your cars. You can tune in to 87.7 FM if you want to hear it through the radio. Randy Ferry with Pro West Productions for the Jumbotron so you can see the stage clearly, and for Oregon Sports Beat for live streaming our ceremony for friends and family who are watching at home. I would like to thank the Stayton High School Booster Club and senior parents for their support and energy in providing gifts and a celebration this afternoon for our graduates, as well as for their help in decorating. And I'd like to thank the Red Barn for letting us borrow the plants in front of the stage tonight. Gary Reichard, the North Santiam School District custodial staff, Stayton High School counseling and office staff, Megan Schiedler and Nicole Duncan have been at my disposal and quite frankly at my beck and call for the last month as we have finalized countless details to make this ceremony possible. You have my sincere gratitude for all that you have done for me personally and for our students. Finally, I would like to thank and recognize all of the educators who helped our graduates achieve this milestone, all the way from kindergarten until now. Graduates, would you please take a moment and thank the educators who have gotten you to this place? We ask guests to remain in vehicles or at least in the grass area during the presentation of diplomas and to refrain from coming forward to the stage to take pictures during the ceremony. We have a photo booth set up in the tent behind us, and we encourage you to join us there after the ceremony and take pictures in a dry location, which hopefully we won't need. Graduates, would you please join me in standing, and guests, feel free to join us in standing as well for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to introduce and welcome the North Santiam School District School Board of Directors who have joined us here today. Mike Wagner, Laura Whipper, Alicia Oliver, Aaron Kramer, and Tass Morrison. Will you please stand and be recognized? Later this evening, they will be assisting in handing out diplomas to students. And now I'd like to introduce the North Santiam School District's Superintendent, Andy Gardner.
Board members, Stayton High School staff, graduates, family, and community members, it is my distinct pleasure tonight to welcome you for the second year in a row to the Harvest Festival grounds for the 2021 Stayton High School graduation. I know that we've set records over the last couple of days, checking weather forecasts, making sure that we're going to get through this, and I was certainly guilty of that same thing. You will be happy to know that in speaking to other people on the agenda tonight, they took that into consideration when they planned the length of their speeches. One of the things that occurred to me as we dreaded or worried about the rain, I reflected over the last year and 3 months in this community with both the prior class and this class, and the struggles that we went through last spring as it became real that we would be going to distance learning. Even in my dentist chair, I had people tell me, I don't think I can do that again. And in the summer, we crammed, the staff worked, we planned to bring school back, and on August 15th, we were told we're out again. And that in itself was stressful enough, and we were just getting our arms around that, taking a lot of energy from families, the anxiety, and the fires hit. And then through the winter, we had the accelerating COVID cases, both locally and across the nation. And then a little ice just for good measure in February. And so we have overcome a lot this year. This class has overcome a great deal. They have had adversity, but they have persevered in conditions that they had not been brought up to operate within. And I salute them for their efforts and for your efforts to support them. We understand it was not easy. We truly felt the energy that it took to sustain that through this year. And so this is a great accomplishment tonight. The people of these communities are rebuilding, and they are made of stern stuff. And this is all of yours to celebrate, as well as these kids. And coming from this community and you and the toughness that you have evidenced over time, I know that they are going to do great things. I am honored to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gardner. I got my notebook back together. We're safe. I'd now like to introduce our 2021 ASB President and one of our valedictorians, Maya Joyce. Maya, would you please join us on stage? Olivia Atia, our other 2021 valedictorian, will be speaking after Maya.
It's a little tall. Hello and good evening to all. And to my class, my amazing, crazy, wonderful class of 2021. We did it. Can you clap? Yeah? We did it. Thanks. Every graduation speech I've ever listened to has been unique and full of wisdom. Well, I'm not full of wisdom, and listening to all these different speeches did not help me at all with figuring out what to say for this one. Anything I've learned in my 4 years of high school, anything that could be considered a life lesson or any value at all, you guys, the class of 2021, you've been right there with me, learning those same things. So realizing I couldn't just come up here and say, I'm not wise, and leave it at that, I wanted to talk about why we, the class of 2021, the class that has been through so much, why we are better than every other class. Well, maybe not why we're better, but how we have a huge leg up on others. Guys, we finished out our junior and senior years in a way that no one could have predicted. We went through what are arguably the most important years of our high school experiences during a global pandemic. We are so strong. We faced the obstacles, and here we are. And despite this experience, in colloquial terms, completely sucking, I think that we really are better off for it. With every new thing that we lost, from a senior sunrise to a typical prom to getting to see each other's faces in the hallways, I truly believe that we gained an appreciation for one another and for our high school experiences. I've personally done a bit of reflecting with the amount of downtime I had as a result of the pandemic. And despite not having a traditional high school experience, I'm even more grateful for the one that I did have. We, as teenagers, were forced to grow up, and we did. Well, I'm sure you guys did. My mom might argue that my love of gummy sharks would suggest otherwise for me. And when we grow up, we do learn some things. Personally, the main thing that I've learned as a result of my high school experience and the pandemic, which are pretty much interchangeable at this point, is that opportunities are priceless, and that when presented with one, it is vital that we take it. In the words of Stormy to Lara Jean Covey, never say no when you really want to say yes. That's the mindset that is sending me 3,000 miles away from the only place that I've ever called home, but also the thing that has gotten me through this year. If we look at COVID as an opportunity, but maybe not one that we really wanted to say yes to, we might see all the things that we did gain from it. Let's think of it as the first crazy, life-changing opportunity of our adult lives. I think it's safe to say that we are all very different people than we were before our lives were turned upside down, and that we are all very different than we would have been if our lives had been as expected. But different is not bad. I'd even venture to say that different is perfect. We are right where we are supposed to be and exactly who we are meant to be right here and right now. So I am challenging all of us to take the next opportunity that comes our way, no matter what. I hope for all of our sakes that it is not another pandemic. But I hope that whatever it is, we take it and allow it to change us, allow ourselves to grow and learn from whatever it is, and that with every new opportunity that we take, we are better off for it. We are the class of 2021. Our graduating year itself speaks for our strength and our capabilities. We did this. Imagine what more we can do. We can move mountains. We can change the world. And I'm so honored to have been a part of this incredible class. And as we move through this thing that they call adulthood and take every amazing opportunity that will be sent our way, let's remember these wise words, not mine, but Elle Woods's. You must always have faith in yourself. Thank you. And now please join me in welcoming my fellow valedictorian and friend, Olivia Attia.
Well, I bet you guys didn't expect to see me up here, but don't worry, I'll keep it short. What's up, class of 2021? It's been a wild ride. Nice to finally see you all again. It looks like we made it, though. Through everything that's happened, we made it. Now, I could sit here and talk about how disappointing of a senior year it's been, but that would be really boring, and I don't know about all you, but I'm kind of over it. Instead, I'd like to acknowledge how much our class has done in the past 4 years. While we never came out on top in male volleyball or powder puff, there is a lot of other stuff that we can be proud of. I look out and I see students that built a house in construction class with Mr. Weeks. I see all-state athletes, state championships, I see students that were in ASB and planned blood drives, school dances, assemblies, and so much more. There are students that stepped way out of their comfort zone and performed in drama productions, played instruments in band, and sang in choir. I see students that raised animals through FFA and built their own hydroponic systems. I could go on because this class has so much to be proud of. You can't put us all into one category because everyone has their own thing. We should all be proud of ourselves and all of our achievements through high school. When you look at everything this class has accomplished in just 4 short years, it's easy to see this is just the beginning for us. Everyone here will be successful in their own way because success is different for everyone. We have students that are going to universities, community college, trade schools, tech schools, military, and straight into the workforce. I look out and I see future electricians, future farmers, doctors, police officers, engineers, stay-at-home moms, and so much more, all of which are things to be proud of. I guess what I'm trying to get at here is everyone here has different goals in life, and none of us should be discredited because no job or role is less significant than another. Whether someone's idea of success is a figure in their bank account or raising a family, it's all about what makes you happy. Everyone in this class will be successful with what comes next after high school, and we all have something to be proud of. Alrighty, I promised you guys I'd keep it short, so I'll wrap things up. But for the record, the speech would have been a lot funnier if I didn't have to filter myself. Anyways, class of 2021, this is just the beginning for us. We've proved that we can do anything we put our minds to. Thank you all for the past 4 years and all the memories that we've made. Special shout out to the boys for getting my nose out of a book and showing me how to have fun. Now, today I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite quotes to keep in mind for the future. A man by the name of Joe Dirt once said, "You gotta keep on keeping on. Life's a garden. Dig it, make it work for you."
So now I have the pleasure of introducing our staff speaker. This was a teacher who's pretty awesome, and obviously because we voted him to be our speaker. And he's not only famous for his pretty cool scarves, but for his kind heart and the way that he cares about each and every student in his class. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ryan Sheldon.
Thank you for that intro. Hi, guys. How we doing? Good? All right. Wonderful. Welcome. It's a tremendous honor to speak to you guys one last time before you get out of here and graduate. On behalf of the staff that I work with, on behalf of the parents, the community that got you through these last 15 months and the years before, congratulations. You did it. You guys are here. Well done. It's going to take a breath, right? Because I have a couple things to say, right? I like to talk to you, as you know. Sometimes I do these things. They're called old man rants. You can even see my hands are moving a little bit too much. But I want to say a couple things to you. Hopefully it's short. We'll see. It's been a lot of, sadness, right? A lot of trying times, a lot of despair. A lot of just rough days, right? I've been on those calls with you. You guys have been on the Zoom call, and I assume what's on the other side of the black screen is what I'm feeling, which is yeah, I know, right? But look at you guys. You don't have masks on. I can see your faces. I see you, and it's awesome. And so I'm going to take that feeling, and I'm going to push it forward. I'm going to talk about two things. I want you to have hope. I want you to be hope. Two things, have hope and be hope. Here's why I thought about those things. Last year from this stage, Mr. John, in all his, what did he say, drip, right? I think last year. Glorious speech, wonderful speech. I was a little intimidated to follow that act, to be quite honest, but I was wondering what to talk about, and I was in a staff meeting, and we did this thing called a circle time, and the question was, what gives you hope? And I thought, oh, okay, this is a little rough. So we sat there, and Mr. John was to my right, and I'm thinking, and I don't know, I had some overly serious answer about the balance of nature and historical cycles and redemptive, I don't know, it was a little bit too much. Mr. John steps up right before me. We had these we had the word or a phrase on a paper, and he says, what gives me hope is that these students are finding their voice, and they're learning how to use it, and they're learning to be that in the future, in their communities. And I was like, that answer, that's a good one. That's what I want. And so then I was like, yeah, and balance and stuff. But no, his was good. And someone was talking about that. What is hope? Let's have hope. What is hope? I found a couple quotes. Figure I might as well look up some stuff to make sure I have something to read here. Looks a little more professional. I found this quote by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. John Green, an author, says, hope is still the correct response to the human condition. So I made a list of some things that give me hope, and I want to remind you, because you are hope, you're going to have hope, here they are. Guys, I've seen you care about what is right. I know you care about your family. I know you care about your friends. I teach government. We talk about freedom and liberty and equality and justice, and how sometimes those things seem at odds, but they're on the same team, and you guys care about those. You believe in individual responsibility. You believe in collective responsibility. I want to remind you guys have skills. You have the ability to achieve for yourself and support those around you. You have a voice. Use it. So the second thing I want you to is to be hope. And I made a list of things I think that you could be hope. And first is listen to others. Whether they're in the streets or on the Capitol steps, I'm not saying they're both right to the same level, but they're probably trying to say something. You should listen. Find common values. Give grace to yourself, to others. Don't accept simple answers. Embrace the tension of complexity. Think deeply and passionately about topics. Whatever it is will be that much better by the energy you give it. Don't worry about being politically correct. Just be correct as best as you can. And when you learn something new, it's okay to change. And in closing, my favorite author is a guy named Kurt Vonnegut, and he writes this. What should young people do with their lives today? Many things, obviously, but the most daring thing is to create stable communities in which the terrible disease of loneliness can be cured. Create stable communities in which the terrible disease of loneliness can be cured. I think back to my answer about balance. I think I was right. I think you guys are who we need. I think you guys have the ability. You're in the right place at the right time. Your community needs you. Your country needs you. Your planet needs you. I'm excited to see what you do, guys. God bless. Have a good day or good night.
Before we begin the diploma presentation, I would like to recognize some of the special accomplishments of this class. Connor Reedman, would you please stand up and be recognized as the salutatorian for the class of 2021? The following students represent the top 10 of the graduating class of 2021. If they would please stand when I call their names. Olivia Atia, Maya Joyce, Jackson Kroon, Madison Pask, Megan Campbell, Ethan Emig, Ariel Holgado, Connor Reedman, Brennan Basil, and Ashlyn Burt. This is your 2021 Stayton High School Academic Top 10. Thanks, guys. We have 17 students who are wearing yellow academic honors cords. This signifies completion of at least 10 credits of honors classes and maintaining a GPA of 3.5 or above. If those students will please stand now and be recognized. Thank you. We also have many students who are receiving scholarships, grants, and other monetary awards to further their education. Of the awards that we have on record to date, the total is over $426,000. Candidates, please notify the counseling office of any other awards that you get post-graduation. We like to keep track of how wonderful you are. I would now like to welcome Assistant Principal Darren Shryock and Teacher Danielle Flood to read the names of the graduates. I would like to thank Susie Saray for her help in the translation of student shout-outs tonight. At this time, I would like to welcome Superintendent Andy Gardner, as well as the North Santiam School District Board of Directors to join me in handing out diplomas. Will the candidates in the first row please come forward to receive your diploma?
Before we begin, I'd like to just share with you guys that the first time that I got to read these names was my very first day as a teacher, and now I get to read them on their very last day as they leave our school, so this is quite the honor. Gwendolyn Mary Nolan.
Gwen would like to thank Mrs. Shelton and the Life Skills crew for always going the extra mile, and her favorite bus driver, Carol, for starting and ending her day with care and a smile.
Elizabeth Araceli Gunter.
Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Sedella Rain Ritchie.
Sedella would like to thank her family for always pushing her to be her best.
Alexis Jade Beaumont.
Alexis would like to thank her family and friends for supporting her and her mom and dad for all the opportunities they have given her.
Olivia Marie Atia.
Olivia would like to thank her parents for always supporting her and all her family for always cheering her on.
Ella Rose Miller.
Ella would like to thank all her science teachers for nurturing her love of science throughout the years. She would also like to thank her grandparents for supporting her goals in higher education.
Kinsey Julianne Pugh. I read it out of order. Sorry. I flipped those, sorry. I do it in class too.
Was that Kenzie or Kayla? So Kenzie would like to thank her family, friends, and coaches for pushing her hard to be the best that she can be.
Kayla Ray Pugh.
Kayla would like to thank her family, teachers, and coaches for supporting her and helping her throughout high school.
Annabelle Taylor.
Annabelle would like to thank her mom for all the late nights helping her with homework and overall support with everything. She would also like to thank her dad for putting up with all her crazy.
Maya Joyce.
Maya would like to thank her parents, family, and friends for the constant love and support they shower her with. She says that she is the person she is today thanks to you guys, and she is forever grateful.
Ariel Hess Holgado.
Ariel would like to thank her former teachers, friends, and family, including her own, and the Hendricks and Benson family for constantly supporting her and helping her reach her goals.
Cole Douglas Benson.
Cole would like to thank his parents for all the patience with his laziness, and shout out to all his friends for making school bearable for those first 2.5 years of normalcy. And finally, he would like to thank all the amazing teachers that came and went. You're a legend, Mr. Shine.
Connor Marshall Reedman.
Connor would like to thank his family, teachers, and coaches for supporting him and helping him throughout high school.
Kirsten Ray Burt.
Congratulations, Kirsten.
Ashlyn Ann Burt.
Congratulations, Ashlyn.
Madison Jade Pask.
Madison would like to thank Mr. John for being such an awesome teacher. He was always so easy to talk to and made her high school experience so much fun.
Colby Nathaniel Neese.
Colby would like to thank Mr. Sunderman for building him up from a shy guy to a confident adult. Colby wasn't very social when he first started high school, and now he has many friends he's gained from his classes.
Colby agradece al señor Sanderman por haberle hecho pasar de un chico tímido a un adulto seguro de sí mismo. Colby no era muy social cuando empezó la preparatoria y ahora cuenta con muchos amigos en sus clases.
Daniel James Johnson.
Daniel would like to thank all the teachers who made his day better and for putting effort into making the classes interesting and fun.
Hayden Brian Holm.
Congratulations, Hayden.
Lepa Gomez Paz.
Congratulations, Lepa.
Haley Elizabeth Notman.
Haley would like to thank her mom and family members for always supporting her, as well as her best friend, Ariel, for sticking by her side throughout the years. But she cannot forget her amazing teachers who put up with her constant questions, and her coach, Yara, for helping her to pursue her dreams.
Carly Rose Kehalani Bleedier.
Or Letterer.
Every time.
Carly would like to thank her parents for always helping and loving her, as well as her grandma for supporting her #1 fan and supporter.
Riley Renee Catherine Dryden.
Riley would like to shout out to Mr. Kirby for being a great college mentor, and to Mrs. Proctor and Mrs. Krieger for always keeping things real.
Haley Faith Arnold.
Haley would like to thank her parents for always pushing her to be the best person she could be, and her family and friends for helping her find her full potential.
Brandon Lynn Horn.
Brandon would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him through high school. He also thanks his teachers and coaches for teaching him lessons in and out of the classroom.
Joshua D. Belliard.
Josh would like to thank Coach Nyquist for always being there and believing in him. He would also like to thank his sister, Destiny, for stepping up and holding things down when they were younger.
Joshua agradece al entrenador Nyquist por estar siempre ahí y creer en él. También le gustaría dar las gracias a su hermana Destiny por tomar las riendas y ayudar a mantenerse estables cuando eran chicos.
Omar A. Renteria.
Omar would like to thank his parents for guiding him through life to this moment. Mama, I made it.
Omar agradece a sus padres por haberlo guiado por la vida hasta este momento. Mamá, lo logré.
Courtney L. Cooper.
Congratulations, Courtney.
Emily Larson.
Emily would like to give a huge thanks to her family for always being there and a shout out to Mr. Folks for challenging her to do better.
Lacey Louise Cade.
Lacey would like to thank her grandma, dad, twin sister, and God for encouraging her and giving her the strength to do her best the last 4 years.
Olivia Lee Cade.
Olivia would like to thank her grandma, dad, and sister for keeping her motivated these past 4 years.
Alyssa Jolene Cudd.
Alyssa would like to thank her mom and her dad for being her biggest supporters.
Savannah Ann Fife.
Savannah would like to give a shout out to her closest friends, Cole Cottrell, Emma Frazier, and AJ Cudd, and remind them to stay positive and smiling. She would like to thank her amazing parents, Steve and Tracy Fife, for everything they have done for her, and would like to remind them of how thankful she is for them all along and with all the others in her life.
Cole David Cottrell.
Cole would like to thank Mr. Schmidt for showing him that ceramics can be enjoyable and for putting up with his not-so-great artistic abilities.
Elizabeth Ann West.
Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Fatima Lisbeth Contreras.
Fatima would like to give a thank you to her parents for always supporting her and helping her in whatever she needed, and would like to thank her friends who made her high school experience the best.
Fátima agradece a sus padres por ayudarla siempre y ayudarla en todo lo que ha necesitado, y quiere agradecer a sus amigos que han hecho que su experiencia en la preparatoria sea lo mejor.
Karina Alfazar Camacho.
Congratulations, Karina.
Felicidades, Karina.
Brennan Gary Basil.
Brennan would like to thank all of his friends and family members who have supported him throughout his high school journey.
Sterling T. Folks.
Sterling would like to thank all his teachers for being great and his friends for making high school fun. Also, band is the best class.
Jonathan Michael Brown.
Jonathan would like to thank all of his teachers for all the help through the years. Thank you, and God bless you. Jonathan would also like to thank his family for supporting him in everything. Jonathan says he loves you, and thank you.
Julio Alejandro Torres Salazar.
Julio would like to thank his parents and family for all the support they have given him and for always believing in him. He would also like to thank all the teachers for making this moment possible. A big shout out to Mrs. B.
Julio agradece a sus padres y a su familia por todo el apoyo que le han brindado y por siempre confiar en él. También agradece a todos los maestros por hacer este momento posible. Un gran saludo a la señora Breitling.
Carlos Gomez.
Carlos would like to thank his parents and teachers for always putting up with him.
Carlos agradece a sus padres y a sus maestros por soportarlo siempre.
Damien Jose Uribe.
Damien would like to thank his family for pushing him all the way throughout high school to be the best person he can be, because without them, he wouldn't be the same person he is today.
Jair Navarro.
Jair would like to thank his parents and all his teachers who helped him along the way.
Yair agradece a sus padres y a todos los maestros que le han ayudado en su jornada.
Julian Flores.
Congratulations, Julian.
Felicidades, Julian.
Nicholas D. Ledier. Letterer. Every time. I tell myself it's the other way.
I'll read the full name. Nicholas D. Lederer would like to thank Mr. Folks for the fun times in band class, and he hopes the next band kids don't annoy him too much.
Benjamin Adams. I got that one.
Ben would like to thank his parents for helping him get through high school, and his teachers and coaches for putting up with him and helping him when he needed it.
Jonathan Michael Silva.
Johnny would like to thank his grandma and Mrs. Warren for aggressively putting up with him.
Christian Lane Owen.
Congratulations, Christian.
Ethan James Emig.
Ethan would like to thank his family for always being supportive and encouraging.
Jaden J. Pierce.
Jaden would like to thank his family for supporting him through the difficult times he's had throughout the last year.
Caden Sean Preen.
Caden would like to thank his parents for always being supportive and being there for him. He also wants to thank his baseball coach, Steve Salisbury, for making him be a better version of himself and for pushing him every day at practice.
Danner Stephen Salisbury.
Danner would like to thank his family and his adopted mom, Sharon, for everything that they have done for him.
Autumn Estelle Wilder.
Autumn would like to thank Mr. John and Mrs. Warren for always keeping her on track and working with her when she needed it.
Julia M. Verhines.
Congratulations, Julia.
Madison Dawn Tritt.
Madison would like to thank Miss B for all she has done to make it possible for her to graduate. She would also like to thank her whole family for having her back for the past 18 years and all the years yet to come.
Kyra Lou Struble.
Kyra would like to thank her mom because without her this would not have been possible. Kyra would also like to thank Mrs. Breitling for being one of the best people she's had the pleasure of knowing. Kyra says, thank you, Miss B, for always caring and believing in her.
Brianna Rose Kirksky.
Brianna would like to thank the high school staff for pushing her to get all she needs done for graduation.
Trinity A. Locke.
Trinity would like to thank Mr. John for being a swag teacher. Shout out to everyone in the counseling office for being awesome.
Riley Brett Beeman.
Riley would like to thank his amazing parents, Chelsea and Noah Beeman, and his best friend, Mara, for always supporting and believing in him. Shout out to Mrs. Warren. Riley was the one hiding the boats.
Alan J. Kuder.
Congratulations, Alan.
Kylie Ellen Mannix.
Kylie would like to thank all of her wonderful and loving family for everything they have done to help her become the person she is today. She would also like to thank her incredible Aunt Sarah for being the greatest aunt she could ever ask for.
Parker M. Dirks.
Parker would like to say thank you to every single person who has crossed paths with him, regardless of how long or short they have known each other. Those people have molded him into the person he is today.
Jaden M. Lilienthal.
Jaden would like to thank her family for helping and motivating her all throughout school, both normal and online. She would also like to thank all of her teachers for helping her get her to where she is today.
Cheyenne M. Brophy.
Cheyenne would like to thank all her teachers, Ms. Newquist, Ms. Robinson, Ms. Anderson, Ms. AJ, and Mr. Hammond, for all their help the past 2 years. If it wasn't for them helping her, she wouldn't be graduating. Cheyenne would also like to thank her boyfriend, Jared, for all his support.
Shinin Destiny Burgess.
Cheyenne would like to shout out Mr. Sheldon just for being an outstanding dude. She would also like to thank her parents for all the love and support they've given her throughout the years, and her friends for the amazing memories and always being there for her when she needed them.
Skyla M. Anderson.
Sky would like to say thank you to Miss Robinette and Mr. Lubert for being the best teachers ever.
Rihanna D. Sitton.
Rihanna would like to shout out her parents who have always been there for her and always encouraging her to do her best. She would also like to shout out her closest friends, Kyla, Emma, Tanner, and her little sister Kaylee for being by her side.
Jenny Angeline Comstock.
Jenny would like to thank all the teachers and assistants who worked so hard to help her succeed. She will never forget you.
Mackenzie Bjornstead.
Mackenzie would like to thank all her teachers who have helped her on her academic journey, as well as her friends and family who have supported her over the years.
Bryson A. Cowan.
Bryson would like to thank his entire family for putting up with him and always supporting him.
Jackson F. Kroon.
Congratulations, Jackson.
Uh-oh. Xavier Aaron Lemke.
Xavier would like to thank everyone who supported him and helped him become who he is today.
Amy Nicole Cortez.
Amy would like to say thank you to her parents for always being supportive of all her dreams and encouraging her to always do her best.
Roxanna Lisbeth Lopez.
Roxanna would like to thank her family for being supportive and loving while in school, making it possible to graduate. Roxanna would like to give a shout out to all the teachers that put an extra effort to see her walk across the stage.
Roxana agradece a su familia por su apoyo y cariño mientras estaba en la escuela haciendo posible su graduación. También agradece a todos los maestros que se esforzaron por verla subir al escenario.
Eric Ulysses Gomez.
Eric would like to thank his parents and siblings for always pushing him to become the man he is today and always supporting him throughout his journey. He would also like to thank all the staff members at SHS for believing in him that he would walk across this stage today.
Eric agradece a sus padres y hermanos por haberlo alentado siempre a convertirse en el hombre que es hoy y por haberlo apoyado siempre a lo largo de su trayectoria. También gracias a todos los miembros del personal de la Escuela Preparatoria de Stayton por haber creído en él para que cruzara hoy este escenario.
Adrian Cruz.
Adrian would like to thank both his support teachers, Anderson and Newquist, for all the fun memories he had in those classes.
Adrián agradece a ambos maestros de apoyo, Anderson y Newquist, por todos los divertidos recuerdos que tuvo en esas clases.
Roxanna Trujillo.
Roxanna would like to thank her mom and dad for always supporting her and both her older sisters for guiding her through high school.
Roxana agradece a su mamá y a su papá por apoyarla siempre y a sus dos hermanas mayores por guiarla en la preparatoria.
Perla Guadalupe Eugenio.
Perla would like to thank her parents and Miss B and Mr. Ketto for all the support and guidance to get her to this day.
Perla agradece a sus padres, a la señora Breitling y a la señora Roquero por todo el apoyo y la orientación que le han dado para llegar a este día.
Riley Elizabeth Allen.
Riley would like to thank her family for supporting her through everything the past 4 years and always being there to push her to be the best she can. She loves you all so much. Riley would also like to thank her best friends for staying by her side throughout high school. She can't wait to see what life has in store for all of you.
Bianna Taylor.
Bianna wants to say thank you to her family who have supported her, and thank you to her dad for trying so hard to keep her on track. Bianna would also like to say thank you to her mom and her side of the family for coming so far to see her graduate. Bianna also wanted to say thank you to her grandma Debbie. She unfortunately wasn't able to make it here today, but Bianna wanted her to know she's very grateful for her and everything she has done for her.
Laura Isabel Camacho Flores.
Laura would like to thank her parents, friends, and family for always pushing her to achieve her dreams and never letting her give up. She loves her support group so much.
Laura agradece a sus padres, amigos y familia por estarla motivando siempre a alcanzar sus sueños y no permitirle rendirse. Quiere mucho a su grupo de apoyo.
Blanca Maldonado. Sorry, let me repeat this. Blanca Maldonado Ocampo.
Congratulations, Blanca.
Felicidades, Blanca.
Tanner J. Crispin.
Tanner would like to thank his family and his favorite teacher, Mrs. B, for all the help and support throughout these past 4 years.
Jacob K. Wells.
Jacob would like to thank Miss B, Mrs. H.D., Mrs. Wisman, and Mrs. Lulay for bringing up his spirits every time he sees them.
Brian Culbertson.
Brian would like to give a shout out to Mrs. B for annoying him and helping him graduate.
Efren Slesser.
Efren would like to thank Mrs. B for getting him through it all.
Colby Spencer Fournier.
Colby would like to thank Mrs. Robinson, Mrs. B, and Miss Donna for helping him get through school.
Andrew Michael Johnston.
Andrew would like to shout out to all the teachers that he has had over the years. He would like to thank Mrs. Newquist and Mr. Hall for being awesome teachers and getting him here to graduate.
Mia Renee Barber.
Mia would like to thank Mrs. Stutzman for being a really great math teacher.
Megan Marie Michaelis.
Megan wants to thank her family for always treating her like something special and to thank anyone and everyone who crossed her path for teaching her a lesson. She says, "Peace out, high school."
Corey Alexander Teeters.
Corey would like to give a shout out to Miss B for always helping him when he thought he couldn't do it, and his mom for always making him laugh, and his father, Shane Martin Teeters, he's the one helping Corey with his career.
William L. Scott.
William would like to shout out to the homies. This was a group effort, and he couldn't have done it without you guys.
Nathan Michael Elliott.
Nathan would like to send a shout out to his family and the homies. Also, holy smokes, a shout out to his barber. His cut is actually insane.
Nathan manda un saludo a su familia y sus homies. También un saludo a su peluquero. Ay, Chihuahua, su corte de pelo es realmente una locura.
Ashley Claire Nelson.
Ashley would like to thank her family for all their support throughout high school.
Alexa Sylvia Nicole Wolf.
Alexa would like to thank Mrs. HD and Mrs. Breitling for the many times they helped her in classes and outside of school.
Alexa agradece a la señora HD y a la señora Breitling por tantas veces que le ayudaron en las clases y fuera de la escuela.
Adrienne Olivia Grace Johnston.
Lady would like to thank her awesome parents, Mr. and Mrs. Sparkles, and to Miss Breitling for being a great example for all teachers to follow and for making it possible for her to graduate.
Destiny Rose Torres.
Destiny would like to thank her parents, friends, and family for always supporting her and pushing her to overcome her fears. And shout out to Miss B for being the most caring and thoughtful teacher.
Marissa Ann Epley.
Marissa would like to thank Mrs. B and Mrs. Flood specifically. There was a time Marissa didn't think she would make it to graduation, but with their support, it was made possible.
Rachel Marie Potachik.
Rachel would like to thank her teachers and family for all of their support.
Megan Taylor Campbell.
Meg would like to thank her family for supporting her in all her endeavors throughout high school and pushing her to try new things. She would also like to give her gratitude and love to all the friends for the support they've given her throughout the years.
Grace Lindsay Holt.
Grace would like to thank her friends and family for all the support they have given her throughout the years and all her teachers who helped her with her classes.
Daisy J Trujillo.
Daisy would like to thank her family, friends, coaches, and teachers for making her high school years so memorable.
Harmony Aaliyah Toffel.
Harmony would like to thank her favorite teacher, Mr. Sheldon, for making history not boring. And she also wants to thank Mrs. Harlow for putting up with her and her friends every day during lunch.
Aiden M. Appel.
Congratulations, Aiden.
Nathan Christopher Appel.
Nathan would like to thank Mrs. Ferris for being such a great avid teacher, for putting her time and effort into pushing him to be at his best. He will miss her so much.
Hannah May Tepfer.
Hannah would like to thank Mrs. Ferris for having a big impact on the person she is today. Without her, she wouldn't be as compassionate and as bubbly as she is. Hannah would also like to thank Mr. Sheldon for teaching her how to treat people and be kind no matter the situation, and that it's okay to make mistakes, just to keep trying.
Hannah agradece a la señora Ferris por haber tenido un gran impacto en la persona que es hoy. Sin ella no sería tan compasiva y burbujeante. También agradece al señor Sheldon por enseñarle a tratar a la gente y a ser amable sin importar la situación, y que está bien cometer errores, solo hay que seguir intentándolo.
Braden M. Kehoe.
Braden would like to thank Mr. Sunderman for being the best teacher, friend, and mentor to all of us shop kids. Thank you to his truck for bringing him to and from school and not dying.
Tanner T. Fixon.
Tanner would like to thank his awesome, wonderful, beloved parents for their loving efforts to provide guidance over the past 12 years. Although Tanner's independent streak often prevailed, it turns out his parents really did know what they were talking about. Tanner also wanted to say thank you so much to Miss B for the help this year. He knows he would not have graduated without her. Tanner would also like to sincerely thank his coaches over the years, particularly Coach Brown, for getting him to go out for a swim team. Turns out Tanner is really good at swimming. Thanks for your kindness and patience, Curtis.
Caleb Tyler Brown.
Caleb would like to thank his parents, his teachers, and his friends for pushing him to do his best.
Austin Golden.
Austin would like to thank Miss Robinette for being the best teacher.
Brooke Caitlin Haar.
Brooke would like to thank her mom and dad for always pushing her to do better and work hard in all aspects of life. She'd like to thank her boyfriend and friends and family for always being by her side.
Julie Cade Murphy.
Julie would like to thank her parents, family, and friends for helping and supporting her in all that she does. Shout out to all the staff for providing the best high school experience possible.
Kyrie Elizabeth Iola Fusen.
Kyrie would like to thank Mr. Sunderman for the guidance into pursuing her future career.
Jayla Lynnae Mayfield.
Jayla is also known as Queen J, and she would like to thank both Miss Breitling and Miss Newquist for always being by her side, helping her through school. She loves them both dearly and wants to thank them along with others for putting up with her crazy dramatic grades.
Octavio Adame Tornillo.
Octavio would like to thank his parents for everything they have done for him.
Octavio quiere agradecer a sus padres por todo lo que han hecho por él.
Jose Curiel.
Congratulations, Jose.
Felicidades, José.
Lionel Aspiro Zavala.
Lionel would like to give a huge thank you to his parents for always supporting him and pushing him to be a better person.
Leonel agradece inmensamente a sus padres por estarlo apoyando siempre y por motivarlo a ser una mejor persona.
Talia Padron.
Talia would like to say, Mrs. Newquist, you rock. Mrs. H.D., Miss Anderson, Miss A.J., and Mr. Schmidt, she will miss you. Her parents, she loves you both for always believing in her. To her papa, she knows you're here in spirit. May God bless you and everyone.
Henry James Van Cotteren.
Henry would like to thank Mr. John for keeping him focused on all his class and chatting with him all the time.
Cassandra Isabella Hankins.
Cassandra would like to thank her family and friends for making her high school experience one to remember.
Sierra Diana Winging Baker.
Sierra would like to thank her friends, family, and past teachers for always being supportive throughout the years.
Yoselyn Diaz.
Yoselyn would like to thank her parents and all her teachers who made high school memorable.
Jocelyn agradece a sus padres y a todos sus maestros que hicieron que la escuela preparatoria fuera inolvidable.
Calissa C. Clark.
Calissa would like to thank Miss Robinette for being a wonderful advisor and friend throughout these past years, as well as her friends and family for always supporting and encouraging her.
Isabella Ruvalcaba.
Isabelle would like to thank her parents, siblings, Mrs. Olson, Miss Robinette, and Miss Lynnae for dealing with her from day one and helping her find her way.
Isabela agradece a sus padres, hermanos, a la señora Olson, a la señora Robinette y a la señora René por lidiar con ella desde el primer día y por ayudarla a encontrar su camino.
Bailey N. Oscavar.
Bailey would like to thank Mrs. Fields for encouraging her in FBLA and her parents for helping her pursue her dreams.
Jessica C. Butler.
Jessica would like to thank Miss Anderson for being the best LRC teacher out there, always lending a helping hand when she needed one. Also, she wanted to thank her parents for helping her out during her 4 years of high school.
Emma R. Frazier.
Emma would like to thank Mr. Schmidt for helping her realize art is more than just paints on a canvas, and Mrs. Proctor for always being there for her. Mrs. Proctor was always there for Emma, making her laugh and making her do her math homework. And also, Emma would like to say thank you to Jacob, her twin. She would be nothing without her other half.
Jacob R. Frazier.
Jacob would like to thank his mom, dad, all of his siblings, and even Mrs. Ferris for dealing with him all these years. Thank you to both his grandmas for being there for him, even though one of them is not here with us today.
Isabelle Jewell Mccants.
Isabelle Mccants would like to thank her parents for always being supportive of her in school and sports. She would also like to thank her best friend, Xavier Erza, for always being there no matter what.
Faith R. Pretty.
Faith would like to thank her whole family for being there for her when she needed someone to talk to or needed the motivation to get through troubled times. She would also like to thank Mrs. AJ for pushing her to be her best and being there to support her through all of her years of high school.
Naomi Lee Hilliard.
Naomi would like to thank Mr. Sunderman for not giving up on her in the shop. Most of all, she wants to thank her parents for helping her through everything she has gone through, especially her stepdad, who stepped up as her dad and raised her to be the strong woman she is.
Ty Harvey Ray Eddington.
Ty would like to thank all the teachers, mostly Sunderman, for putting up with him all these years. Thank you to his family for all the love and support. He wouldn't be here without you.
Charles D. Califf.
Charles would like to thank his parents and his fire department family for pushing him to do his best, even when things were hard.
Quentin Sylvan Strand.
Quentin would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him throughout high school.
Trevor Lee Blades.
Trevor would like to thank his parents, sister, and grandparents for being his greatest supporters.
Cody Dean Shelton.
Cody would like to thank his mother and father for pushing him to work hard and achieve his goals.
Colby Christopher Fredericks.
Colby would like to thank his friends and family for all the support over the years. He would also like to shout out to the boys. They know who they are.
Brandon R. Thomas.
Brandon would like to thank his friends and family.
Wyatt Caleb Wells.
Wyatt would like to send a shout out to the boys and his family for getting him through high school. He couldn't have done it without them.
Madison Lee Fusen.
Madison would like to thank all her friends, family, and neighbors. She could not have done it without them. Shout out to Megan, Rothy, and Mrs. Ferris for everything they have done for her.
Alexandra Mackenzie Lavinka.
Allie would like to thank her parents for helping her achieve her dream to play college soccer.
Cameron Brian Smith.
Cameron would like to thank his parents for guiding him in life and pushing him to be the best he can be in whatever he does.
Lucas Allen Langer.
Lucas would like to thank Harold.
Devin Eugene McKinley.
Congratulations, Devin.
Aaron Kenneth Carney.
Congratulations, Aaron.
Sebastian Alexander Baker.
Sebastian would like to thank the Day One homies and his teachers for making school actually enjoyable.
Chancellor Horizon Orozco.
Chancellor would like to thank his whole family for having a role in his success, but wants to give a special thanks to his beautiful mother, Amanda, and his father, Philip, and his Day One homies for making school memorable. Also, thanks to Robinette, Finnicle, Anderson, and Flood for being special teachers to him.
I'm stalling a bit to let the photographer catch up with our graduates. Graduates, I'd like to remind you to stop by the table in the tent behind us to pick up your diploma packet from the counselors immediately after the recessional tonight. And we do ask that everyone remain in the grass area until the last graduate has left the seating area tonight. You're welcome to meet your graduates after the ceremony in the large tent behind us. And we would like to thank you for attending the Stayton High School graduation for the class of 2001. (2021), sorry. Man. It's been such a long year. It's just like the program tonight. We couldn't quite decide what night it is, or what year it is. Graduates, I invite you to join your ASB President, Maya Joyce, and your classmates in leading us in the one last time in the Stayton High School fight song.
Okay, I have one quick thing to talk about first. So these yellow stoles that graduates have around their necks, these are called our stoles of gratitude. And they are just a little token of how so many people have impacted our lives in high school. And so graduates, we have the very difficult task of giving that to one person who has made a huge positive impact on your life. So don't forget to do that after the ceremony. Okay, fight song. No, 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 no.
Truly in any weather. Thank you, guys. On behalf of the staff and administration of Stayton High School, I extend sincere congratulations to the graduates. We also offer our thanks and congratulations to the families, parents, and caring adults who have supported our graduates. We know that it truly takes a village to raise young adults who are able to overcome adversity and have courage to seek solutions that will make our world more tolerant, more resourceful, and more hopeful. And now, will the class of 2021 please face the audience? Ladies and gentlemen, I certify that the students standing before you have successfully completed all of the requirements of the state of Oregon and the North Santiam School District and are eligible for the appropriate diplomas issued. Graduates, you may now move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right to the left as a symbol of your graduation. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the Stayton High School class of 2021. Congratulations.
I'm gonna need you to raise your glass. I don't care what you put in it.